Alrighty, final check for the Maritime Wrestling tree here. All looks good. I just tried to put like the logos in different spots, spread it all around, not like all in one spot, which is what it is. Don't have enough room for more of the logos, but it is what it is. Excuse me. And that seems about good. And WWE 2K22. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship title belt is looking clean. Really looks really beautiful underneath it. And now it's time to sit back and watch some North Pro Canadian Wrestling or Capital City Wrestling or Innovative Hybrid Wrestling on YouTube. And yep. Oh, hey. Didn't notice you there. I was just working, checking, doing a final check on the Maritime Wrestling tree. As you see here, I got lots of the logos that I made myself of all the indie wrestlers and the indie wrestling promotions all around the Maritimes. And, well, worked very hard on those, and I worked really, really hard on the State of Maritime Wrestling podcast, since I am your host of the podcast, the Maritime Wrestling Superfan, Connor Cook, rocking the Rudy Lockhart shirt here. And I just want to talk about some of the accomplishments that I had when I started the podcast. I really accomplished a lot since I started this podcast, especially from the very first episode, which was just the start of the podcast. It was actually wrestling things. It was way before it was the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast, since I actually came up with the wrestling things title first, since I'm a big fan of both Maritime Wrestling and the series Stranger Things on Netflix. So I thought it'd be a cool play on word to do that. But then, I want to give a shout out to Jason Caissie, the Magic Man, from the unofficial Maritime Wrestling Podcast. Just thank you, Jason, for making the logo for the podcast. and creating the podcast theme song for the podcast. And also another shout out, I want another person I wanted to give a shout out to. It's the Maritime Warrior from the unofficial Maritime Wrestling Podcast and the unofficial Boise Shore Senior Hockey League Podcast. I want to say a big thank you to him for sending me all the results for the shows that were for the results for the current shows that were going on every week, every weekend, and so and so. I worked very, very hard on all the results and keeping everyone covered on the news in the Maritime Wrestling scene. I'm quite proud of the accomplishments I have since, and it really means the world to me, especially with like all of your guys' support on this podcast channel since I started with that, and made the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast Facebook page, and then I made the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast Instagram on Instagram. So that's pretty, that was big though too. The podcast is growing bigger and bigger, and with all your support, and so that's all the accomplishments. And I for the first time ever on the podcast, well, it's gonna be my first time, but I'm gonna be hosting my very first awards show on the podcast, and I am honored to be the host of the awards show, because usually it would be like the unofficial Maritime Wrestling Podcast doing their awards show, but unfortunately they aren't doing one this year, so they are endorsing me and my awards to make it really big, and make the podcast grow even more on Facebook and YouTube. So it's really big accomplishment. The podcast channel is already at like 77 subscribers on YouTube, and so so I'm gonna talk about the awards, each of the award categories. Ready? So there's a lot of the usual. The Wrestler of the Year, Male MVP, Female MVP, Feud of the Year, Match of the Year, Shocking Moment of the Year, Wrestling Promotion of the Year, and so on so. But I've actually came up with some other ones, such as Referee of the Year, Announcer of the Year, Commentator of the Year, and with some help from Jason, he told me some good ideas. Powerhouse of the Year, Young Gun of the Year, Newcomer of the Year, Championship Title Belt of the Year, Videographer of the Year, and Photographer of the Year, and Manager of the Year, too. And Babyface of the Year and Heel of the Year. So, yeah. And so the award show, I will be working on that throughout November to December. And I will be working very, very hard on that. Plus with the weekly show too. It's I'm going to be working very hard on that, keeping everyone covered on that, and I'm quite excited about it. So, if you haven't, make sure to go follow the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast Facebook group page, and the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast on Instagram. Make sure to go subscribe to the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast channel on YouTube.